Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so here's the next thing. I've kind of gone through and added a bunch of stuff here. So one of the things that I did was I made a ring for this planet, and all I did was I just took the path tool, and I started here, and just kind of went down to here, and back again. And that's, you know, that's going to be kind of taking some finagling. And then I just went down, back around, and there we go. Now obviously I messed up one of my points, so using the direct selection tool I can click on this one, pull that anchor back a little bit. I should have clicked on it to make it a corner, but something like that. So I'm not going to take the time right now to make it too fancy, but if I were to zoom in and take my time, it would end up with something like this. And you can put a stroke on it, a gradient on it if you want. I think I tried, it didn't really come out. Just to give it a little bit of color blend. However you want to do it, it's up to you. Another thing that I did was I put a lens flare here on the sun. I thought that looked kind of cool. So to do that, one of the shapes that you can choose, if you just hold down on the shape tool, is the flare tool. So if I click right in the middle of that sun, it gives you all sorts of options here. You can preview it. Unfortunately, it puts these blue lines in front of it, so it's kind of hard to see. You don't have to have rays, but you can. You can see the difference with that, with and without them. And rings as well. You don't have to have rings, but you can. And you can see the difference between those as well. So you can play around with it. I'll just go ahead and stick to that for now, and that is that's pretty cool. I think I actually liked it better when I had the rays though. So let's just do that. There we go. That's pretty cool. You got kind of a lens flare thingy going on here. Other than that, I ended up adding an asteroid. I'm not very happy with it, but I didn't really take too much time. But if you want to go online and just find pictures of things that you could try to illustrate, so let's look up an asteroid. And you can go ahead and just copy and paste this into your program, and then I think I use this one, and then just try to duplicate it from here. You can't use this. I know it looks cool, it looks pretty realistic, but you have to draw it yourself. You can't use anything that you downloaded off the internet when you actually go to submit this. So if you want to try to draw that, you can. Another thing was I found a really cool effect, and I don't think I've shown it to you before, that I really like, and that is take the object and duplicate it. So you got two of them, and then take the top one and go up here and just choose an effect called SVG filters alpha 1, and you'll get something like that. Now make sure you rotate it, because if you don't, you won't be able to see it. But if you stick it back, now you got some pretty cool stuff going on here with this planet. I did the same thing to that planet and that one, which is how I was able to get that pretty cool effect. So again, just duplicate it, stick one on top of the other, and it was an SVG filter called alpha 1, and alpha 4 would also work. One other thing I tried to do was just put some craters on here. So if you just take a circle tool and or an ellipse tool and do that, I'm just going to switch this back to black and white. And then what I kind of tried messing around with the transparency options. So you could pull the transparency down a little bit. You could also play around with these things right here, like multiply and color burn and overlay. And I'm trying to just get a little bit more realistic of some craters. And just remember, you should follow the contours of the curve. So if you're up here, you should turn the crater and just choose some different sizes and stuff. But you know, it's not bad. You could try adding a drop shadow to it. If you go to effect and you go to let's see here, stylize, you got drop shadow, and I'm not finding too much success with this. You'll notice a little shadow just appear right next to it. You can play around with the location by just choosing where it's going to be. So basically, it would be a Y offset and maybe a X offset. X is that direction, Y is straight up and down. So let's try that. It's not really doing much. You can sort of see a little difference right there. But I don't know. If you want to play around with that, there we go. Feel free. You may not have much luck, but it would be nice if you can get a little bit of a shadow. So you can play around with craters. It's really up to you. It's your imagination at this point. When you're ready to submit it, your artboard is already right there. It should be if you did everything correctly. And you just go to File, Export. Change this to a JPEG. And then just make sure you choose Use Artboards, because otherwise it will include all this other stuff outside, and you don't really want that. So I'll just go ahead and put it on my desktop for now. You'll put it in your Pictures folder, just so I can see it really quickly. And I would recommend definitely changing this to maximum and pulling that all the way up, because you really want to have a good looking file at the end here. So let's take a look at the one that I just created right here. And when I go full screen, that's how it looks. Not bad. You'll notice there's some white stuff up here. You don't want that. So what I would need to do is, my artboard probably didn't cover all this stuff. So I'll just pull my artboard down a little bit. And now if I were to do it again, you wouldn't have that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see you guys come up with. And that's it for this week. Have a great day.